Hello guys, so welcome to KO Tutorials. So let's continue with the next part of this tutorial. So let's get started. So as you can see over here, we have generated the light passes over here. So I'll show you over here. So we have just rendered it, and as you can see over here, we have this different light passes: global illumination, lighting, reflection, refraction. There's no self illumination, shadows, specular, z-depth, and we have already saved the ambient occlusion pass. If not, we'll just render it right away. So let's just save this passes one by one. Let's click on save over here. So I'll go into this. Let's make a new folder and let's name it as passes. I'll name it as diffuse. Save it. Global illumination. So I'll just name it as GI. Lighting pass. So just save it over here. Reflection. So we are saving each and every pass individually. Refraction. Save it as JPG. Self illumination, we don't have it. Shadows. Specular. And your z-depth. So just let me check out if I have rendered the ambient occlusion. So I'll just check out the ambient occlusion pass. No, we haven't. So I'll go into this. I'll just save this file. I'll go into the other file. I'll just go into the rendering and I'll render this ambient occlusion over here. So let's just render this ambient occlusion pass. So it's just going to take some time. So we have rendered the ambient occlusion pass. I'll just save this occlusion over here. Let's go back the original file. So let's open Photoshop. Let's go into this and let's open this passes over here. So I'll go into this. Let's go into the passes. Let's start with this two passes. So one is your diffuse pass, the other is your occlusion pass. So let's combine this over here. So whichever the will go, we can just put that. You can see the depth over here. So the depth has been generated with the help of this occlusion pass. So you can just generate some soft shadows and the depth with that. Even you can go with the soft light. Let's again open this and let's take reflection. So we have a reflection pass. Let's take this reflection pass. Okay, so you can see this reflection, but let's change this. We can go back to the screen. Screen also looks good. You can go with overlay, no, soft light, vivid light, linear, pin light. So let's go with the screen. So screen looks, and you see the reflections. As you can see the reflections with this particular pass. Let's give a refraction pass. So let's add a refraction pass. So you can just rename all this passes over here. I think this looks much better. A lighter color. As you can see, that's only the refraction, and there is no any glass element over here. Again, go into this and let's take a light pass. So let's add a lighting pass. Let's change the blending mode. So we can change the blending mode over here. Okay, I think soft light looks good over here. If you want, you can add the occlusion on the top. If you want, you can add the refraction on the top. Again, go into this. Let's add GI, that's your global illumination. So I'll just go into this and I'll just add a GI. So let's add a GI. Can you see the GI? So we can add a bit of GI. If you want, we can go with some lighter color also. That's totally okay. Or you can go with overlay, soft light, or screen is better. Alright. Again, go over here. Let's add a specular. Alright. So this looks good. So we have added a bit of specular over here, giving a good shininess, some good reflections with that. So let's make it as screen over here. Go into file, open. We can go with shadows. And I'll go into this and I'll add a bit of Z depth pass. So we can combine the Z depth with some other stuff over here. So you can do a bit of color correction too over here. You can add a bit of curves over here. You can set to auto if required. Again, I'll go into this. I can slightly add a bit of photo filter. So we can just go into this. We can go with some warming filters as required. And if you want this refraction to push up, you can just push this up. Even you can push this light up, you can just push this up. So reflection. Okay, I think we can on this if required. The Z depth pass. Okay. It's giving you a bit of depth. And you see the depth, yeah? So we'll just activate this pass, no problem. I'll just push this as usual. Again, I'll go over here. I can go back to color balancing. You can slightly add a bit of color correction stuff. And again, we have a property of color lookup. So let's slightly add color lookup, or we can again add a curves. Let's make this as auto. So slightly reduce this stuff. and let's give a color lookup. So color lookup is just a preset. If you want, you can, or else that's totally okay if you don't want to use it. So if you're okay with it, you can just keep that. So it's not mandatory that you use this color lookup over here. Alright. So let's see the breakdowns over here. If you want to see, we can just check out this breakdowns of all of this. So first your diffuse, your occlusion, your Z depth, reflection, refraction, light, GI, your specular. So I think it has to be, this is gold, okay, no problem. You can just put this specular. So this is specular, you can just push this up and on this, because there is no specular on this. So it's totally okay. Your light pass, the GI, your curves, photo filter, color balance, curves, and color lookup if required. So guys, if any doubts, please put it in the comment section over here. So please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. So thanks for watching this tutorial. Also the shadows.